Hey guys, it's Amy with your monthly swag, and this month, really cool new product. I'm so excited about this. Can't wait to show you guys how to use it. Let's get into what is in your May swag. So we've got White Magic gel polish and your brush set here, and then we've got the brand new tropical pigment palette. So these are pressed pigments, and we're going to use them the same we would as our regular pigments, but these are way less mess and a little bit more easy to control. So there's a few specific ways to use these, so I'm going to go through a few different designs with you guys today. In addition to the design that was on the swag card, we're going to do a couple other fun things with this pigment palette. And again, super bright colors, fun, perfect for summer. So let's get into doing some designs. Okay, we're going to start with White Magic, and we're going to put one coat on and then cure. The White Magic leaves a really nice sticky layer for your pigments to adhere to, and using white under your pigments is kind of important because it will really brighten up and you'll get the most vibrant color. Okay, so the duster brush. Mine has definitely seen better days, but this is just the one that I have on my station, so I'm going to go ahead and use this. But to clean your brush that you're using your pigments with, you can use alcohol and clean it out. You just want to make sure it's completely dry before you go into your pigments and use it again. So what I typically do when I'm switching colors between pigments, I will just use my table towel here because it's got that texture. It really cleans out the color. So I just keep swiping until I see no color left on the table towel so that I know it's not going to contaminate each color when I put it on. So now we're going to go right in with our pigments, and our White Magic cured for the full 60 seconds, and it's got that nice tacky layer. It's not real slippery, so it's nice and tacky, grabs that pigment really well, and we're just going to kind of dust this right on the top. For this particular design, I'm not concerned with like ombreing them perfectly together. I kind of want the splotchy, kind of messy look. So I'm just grabbing a few colors and creating a nice colorful background. So now once you've got all your pigments on, use your larger duster brush and get off all that excess pigments. Make sure there's no loose pigment on the top of it. And now we're going to go in with our top coat. So just use a no wipe top coat, and we're just going to pour a little bit on our palette. Okay, so now we're just going to use a dotting tool, and we're going to grab some of that top coat, and we're going to kind of paint like irregular circles. I'm not trying to make it too perfect. I'd rather it look kind of like a pebble rather than a perfect circle. And you kind of want to work fast because if you don't want it to start pooling or running. If you feel that you're not working as fast, or if you're doing a more precise design, you can always give a portion of it a flash cure and then take it out and continue on to your design, as long as you're doing the final cure for 60 seconds. Now once you're happy with that, go ahead and put it in and cure, and now that it's out of the lamp, we are just using alcohol to wipe off all the extra pigment that did not have the top coat on it. So this is a cool, fun look. I love this. And I love that it's super easy. Okay, for our next design, let's say you wanted to do something similar to the design we just did, but you want to put it over a gel polish color. So we're going to start here with a nude, and we're going to go ahead and cure this. Once that's out of the light, we are now putting on a coat of matte top coat, and then we're going to go ahead and cure that. So I painted this white splatter and I just realized I was not recording when I did this. So I'm going to set this aside and just go over exactly how I painted the splatter. It's a nice, easy technique. So I'm using the larger side of a dotting tool and I'm just making some random splotches around the nail. And then take that smaller side and place dots around your big splotches and just kind of pull them in and let them pool into that big splotch. And you're just going to randomly do it around and then place some random dots by your big dots. I mean, it's definitely a very random design, but super easy to paint with your dotting tool. Okay, so now we'll go back and we are just placing the pigment on our splotched paint. We did cure this for the full 60 seconds and we're just going to wipe off the extra, and now we're going in with the same dotting tool and we're just going over our design with top coat. So this way, this allows you to have that nice matte background, but also the pigment design on top. So this way is a little bit more time consuming, but a great way if you want a matte background or if you wanted a color gel polish background. Now once this comes out of the lamp after that final 60-second cure, I am going to just rub this down with a little bit of alcohol, and this will get off any of the shading from the pigment on the matte top coat that might have grabbed a little bit, and just clean it up and really make your design pop. So that one's all done. Again, super easy. This one is a little bit more time consuming, but well worth it. Okay, for our next design, we put our white magic on and did our full cure. This one I am going to kind of ombre and give a nice clean background. So I'm going in a little bit lighter with the pigments and really kind of blending them together. And we're just going to kind of do a pink, orange, yellow for a nice bright background. And next we're going to take our white magic and we're just going to create a design on the top. I'm going to do a couple palm trees because this is totally giving me that 80s summer vibe here. So we're just going to paint some palm trees with the white magic and then fully cure. So now that design is cured and it's got that sticky layer, and we're going to go back in with a different color pigment. So we're going to go in with a couple greens and maybe add a little purple, and just so it's a nice contrast from the ombre that we have on the bottom. And now just make sure you dust that really well. Then go in with your top coat and give it that final 60-second cure for top coat. Here's some other designs that I did that were similar with that same technique. So you can really blend your pigments and pretty much make any shade. Okay, so for the last design, I wanted to show you, this is really similar to the first one, the one that's on the swag card, but we're going to just add a little something different and it really makes it pop. So we're curing that base of white magic and I set my brush down in gels. So we're going to go ahead and clean that and let that dry. In the meantime, I'm going to use the smudge brush, which is a great pigment brush as well. Nice and smooth, picks up the pigments really nice. Okay, we're going to grab these pigments and just do another random colorful background. Again, not worrying about ombreing these perfectly. I just want to get as much color as I can on that background. Okay, and instead of grabbing regular top coat, this is the opal top coat. So this is just going to give it a little bit of shimmer. It looks like opals on the nail. It's so pretty. So we're going to do the same thing with our dotting tool, and we're going to do that kind of like that pebble look down the nail. Here it is. Look how pretty that is. Ooh. And then once we get those designs on there, we'll give it that 60-second cure and then wipe away all the extra pigment in the background. So just by adding a little bit of that sparkle, there's so much more dimension. I really love this. You could do it with glitter as well. So anyway, here are the nails that we created today. That is it until next month. Thank you guys so much for watching, and hopefully I will see y'all at the Orlando show next month. Bye guys.